Hey Aquarius, welcome to your reading. I'm Empress Rose. These are general readings, so we take what works and we leave what doesn't. And if I don't catch a wavelength on this reading, check your other major placements. And also at the end of the video, I will be posting a picture of the spread. So we are starting with the Oracle Mystical Moments deck for an intuitive vibe of where we're going with this spread. All right, where is Aquarius going here? Not where is Aquarius going, where is, whew. Okay, well, I may not be very focused right at this minute, but you certainly are. You have this observer, you're very focused on something, committed to something. You might be watching something very closely through social media, maybe getting a little distracted sometimes, but that's fine because that toggling between focus and distraction can sometimes bring up some new interesting ideas, infusions. So you are getting these new ideas here. There's something intuitive. Your intuition is part of this. Like, it's not very strong, but there's just a little niggle on why you're watching this. What are you going to get out of it? What is going to happen here? Why are you so focused on this? And you may not have a lot of clarity on why you're so focused on this, but you are. You're very focused on something, and hopefully that will be revealed. It does not look like we have a lot of cards that are going to show that this week, but someday it will. You'll know why you were kind of obsessed with that or focused on that kind of thing. So observing very closely in a place of stillness. There is a lot of stillness in these cards. We're coming up with stagnation on the next card. This is home in the sky. So the sky is typically, things move through the sky. The clouds move, the planes move, the birds move. Things move through the sky. There's very little static energy in the sky except when we get to fog and smog. And so here we are in fog and smog. You could be talking, you could be moving of your own volition, you could move, but you're too comfortable here. You're very comfortable. There's a little bit of stagnation here. Again, you are really kind of your intuition is not coming in very clear about something here, just kind of out there. So you have this path is like where you're at right now on this part. You've chosen to just wait for forces outside of your control to move something. You've chosen that. You've chosen to remain comfortable, to remain in your comfort zone, and allow movement is going to happen. You're somewhat prepared for movement. You have this mechanism that requires movement to go someplace. So movement outside of yourself. So there's something about the structure of the situation that you find yourself in, which you've chosen to be in for possibly some really good reasons. No judgment there, but you have chosen it. And you're waiting for some outside force to come in. That's the nature of the situation, is something outside of you. The wind has to come through and move. And there's a little bit of toxicity with this waiting and with this stagnation here. And you're a little bit out of touch with your intuition. It's not coming in very clear here. So this can be like, just you like your routines. You're going to stay with your routines. Even though they're not getting you anywhere, you're choosing, this is a choice that you're making to stay stationary until forces outside of your control come and move you. So here, we're stationary in both of these, choosing to be stationary in both of these. One, it's with the structure and the idea that you will be moving someday, and the other one is just watching and waiting. More watching and waiting. Can you hear me? This is about emotional communication that is not coming in very clearly. There's some sort of part of this equation, either your little conch shell and your communication doesn't work, or they're not hearing, or you have no idea if they've heard. I get this feeling that you're just putting something out there in the world, and you're just putting something out there and putting something out there, and you don't know if you're being heard. You don't know if your message is going anywhere. And there's a little bit of exhaustion and tired. Maybe that's why you're choosing not to go anywhere, because you're just tired. You're tired of trying to communicate, tired of trying to push, tired of trying to connect, to make a connection here. So there's some sort of exhaustion and giving up. And I believe Libra and Virgo just got these cards as well, this card as well. And so a lot of communication problems going on right now. Not a lot of movement. Like she's not trying to communicate. There's no movement going on here. Well, these cards tend to be a little static anyway, but in this one, you know, she's literally got if she had the conch shell up at her mouth, then this would be one thing, but she's got it down here in her hand. So the means to communication are yours. You could communicate, but you're choosing not to right now. There's a lot about a choice that you're making to not communicate. And it could be out of frustration, or it could be just realizing that the situation is out of your hands and out of your control, and you've done what you can. Because communication, well, you haven't done what you can. You could be doing more, but you're choosing not to. Communication is definitely a two-way street. You know, it's just playing catch with somebody with words instead of a ball. And you know, if someone's really bad at throwing or isn't throwing, or, you know, not talking to you, or is bad at throwing, or just thinks it's always funny to throw in a different direction or whatever, you know, you're not going to have a good game of catch. And if the person catching didn't bring their mitt, isn't paying attention, is facing the wrong direction, they're not going to be able to receive. So a good game of catch takes two players, you know, suited up with mitts and kind of in a little bit of practice and knowing what they're doing. So either side of that equation can, it's kind of weird that anybody can communicate at all sometimes. It's like both parties have to be at a level of expertise. Your typical 2-year-old is not at a level of expertise, but both parties have to be, you know, working together. And so you can't just, nobody just gets to unilaterally decide that we're going to communicate. So you could be choosing not to go forward with this because your previous efforts have been not well received. So you're not communicating. She's not talking. I mean, she's not talking, but she's not talking to you. She's like overwhelmed by trying to make something heard, make herself heard. All right, so Aquarius, this is your past. Okay, this is your present. This is your inner landscape, your obstacle or issue, your environment, your to-do list, and your possible outcome. Well, lots of good stuff going on here. We have, in your recent past, the Queen of Swords, a focus on your truth, your understanding, being very focused on how you see things and how you understand things. This is a fine place to be because we can't communicate anything if we don't know who we are and what we're trying to communicate. So that focus on who you are is important. It's not the global focus on the truth in general, but it's your truth. So in the recent past, you've been maybe attempting to communicate something that's clear to you and very true to you. And you're very focused on that. What do I see? What do I understand? Who am I? And what do I bring to the situation? So that has been your focus. Who are you? What is your truth? What do you believe? What do you think? What do you want? In your present situation, we have this Four of Wands. This is a leveling up energy. Our One of Wands is the beginning inspiration. Our Two of Wands is planning, focusing on the planning stages. Our Three of Wands is really understanding that we need to trust our intuition on this. And our Four of Wands is bringing that intuitive start into reality, starting it in reality, bringing it to the foreground, communicating it, being supported or supporting the fruits of our labors. There might be some sort of institutional recognition here, or this is the 1111 card, which is the wedding engagement card. But we're talking about your community recognizes your gifts, recognizes what you've brought to the table. So this can be like a commitment to the inspired journey that you've already started, and this is like the first real commitment to it. Or this can be just the fruits of your labors, or some sort of, community recognition of the work that you've done. So this isn't the Six of Wands. We're not having a parade, but you are bringing your fruits to the community and communicating your intentions. And so that's in the present situation. But you're having this stagnation and this frustration. So in your inner landscape, we have this Queen of Pentacles, another queen here, looking at, oh my gosh, you do have the Six of Swords coming up here. That's really funny. So you do have this queen here, Queen of Pentacles. So you're really thinking about, how is this going to come into reality? This idea I have, my truth, my communication, how does that come, my communications, how does that come into reality? How do I make that mine? How do I, you know, she's harvesting these coins that she's worked very hard for, and she's very focused on her work, very focused on the fruits of her labors. So yeah, she's very focused, very grounded, very work oriented. So that's something going on in your inner landscape. You may be really thinking about work, really thinking about how are you going to make some money, or what you've already done, all the work you've already put into something, and wanting to see the fruits of those labors. So what's at issue? Is there some sort of injustice, some sort of unfairness here, an imbalance, a lack of clarity, an injustice, a lack of wisdom being applied in a situation perhaps. But yeah, there is no justice, something not fair. It's not going to be exactly fair, and that could be an issue. That could be causing you an issue. Maybe that's why you're really focused on your money, because you don't feel like you're being treated fairly with your money or with your communication. This definitely has a vibe of not feeling like you've been treated fairly, as far as communication being reciprocated and all that. So there could be some imbalance, maybe some lying, some lack of truth, some injustice here, some injustice and lack of truth. In your environment, we have the Eight of Cups. So this is a vibe overall in your environment. This is typically a really internal card, because we have our intuition, just full-fledged intuition right out here, staring us in the face, telling us that this Eight of Cups, it looks like it's enough. Everybody says 8 cups is enough. It's more than an armload of cups. How can anybody carry 8? But your intuition is telling you that, yeah, you need to go find those other 2 cups. Though the path be difficult and dangerous and treacherous, that moon is really calling you very clearly that there's something more fulfilling out here that you need to do. So somehow this is playing a part in your environment. Maybe there might be an opportunity to go searching for those 2 of Cups, those more fulfillment. There might be something that's calling you, saying, hey, over here, there's something might be more fulfilling. So far, you've chosen to just sit here and listen to your intuition and barely be in touch with it, but it might be coming in. There might be something in your environment that really starts to call you out of your comfort zone and out of where you've been in the stagnation. And so there might be an opportunity coming in to pursue more fulfillment, to pursue those 2 of Cups that you know you need. Even though there's going to be some obstacles and some difficulties, and it is the exact opposite of your comfort zone. So this could be someone around you that you live with, or that you're strongly connected to, that's experiencing this like call of fulfillment, more fulfilling work, and experiencing this call to do that, and just going on a hunch that they're going to like these 2 extra cups and that they need these 2 extra cups. So then your to-do list is the Six of Wands. This is parade energy. I don't think you're going to a parade, but this is like a celebration. This is a celebration of people working, and when you succeed, your community succeeds. When you have a success, your community gets very excited, and you're part of it. So they want to have a parade, right? Because here he comes back. He's got the laurel, the wins. He comes back in, and everyone's like, "Yay, you won! We won! This is so exciting!" Like, and people will be able to be happy for you. So you either need to like really celebrate somebody else's success and make sure that you are enjoying somebody else's success, and helping to raise the whole, I want to say vibration, but that's a little cliche, but the support, you want to be part of the support system that's praising the success in your community, the successes. So you might be being called into that energy, the mutually supportive, you know, one of us wins, we all win energy. I'm part of a community, and it's just very, even though sometimes we're competing for the same thing, everyone's very supportive of each other, typically, because when one person succeeds from this community, we raise the profile of the whole regional community, and we can say to the world, hey, look, there's high quality here, so come look at the rest of us. There's a quality here. So we all get very excited when anyone from our arts community is successful, because it just raises the whole profile of the whole community in that world. So that might be this mutually supportive, or you just might need to accept a parade. Allow your community to celebrate you. Allow your community to celebrate your successes, because we have some successes on your mind. You are feeling, I mean, look at this. You've got your truth, you've leveled up, you've got you're counting your coins here, you're thinking about all the work that you've done. So if your community wants to celebrate you, hell yeah, let them. Some of us get a little shy about that, but let them celebrate you, because a win for you is a win for them. So just like a win for them is a win for you. So that's the energy you need to come into, this celebrating of each other's successes in Six of Wands, including yours. Don't leave yourself out there. If your community wants to have a parade for you, let it. Be happy for it, because you would do the same for them, wouldn't you? And then the energy you're coming into is the star energy, stepping into the flow. Out of this stagnation, out of this communication stagnation, this could be putting a lot of effort into something and not seeing any rewards. And it could be like a communication thing. This could be writing. This could be, if you're a stage actor, this could be stage acting and nobody's seeing you right now because we can't have theater things. So this could be like or this could be arts, like attempting to communicate through art and just not getting the success that you want. This would indicate that that might be coming in for you, and break you out of your stagnation, because this is the opposite of stagnation. This is flow. So you might have put a lot of work into something, into communicating something, and it seems unfair that you would put this much work and have so little reward, but there is reward coming in here. And then the possible outcome here is the star, stepping into the flow. This is the cheerleader card, where yes, you are getting confirmation that you are on the right path. This is, I mean, there's just a lot of beautiful cards here. We start out with this stagnant, tired energy, ready to quit, not really just waiting for something to happen. We've got some injustice, but man, this Queen of Swords, this Four of Wands, and the Star card, this Six of Wands ending with the Star card, that's really great, amazing energy. You're just really being right where you belong, right in the flow, and your community being happy for you, and getting that encouragement. And being, I mean, these are both like standout, being outstanding in your field, you know, the Star card. And that's the indication that you are in the flow, you're right on the right path. And the universe has your back completely. So, all right, Aquarius, that was a beautiful reading, although we started out a little frustrated and stagnant. But it looks like there's a lot of flow coming in. You'll be in the flow soon. So, I hope you have a wonderful week. Thank you so much for your likes, comments, and subscribes. I really appreciate it.